Fried rice, it's one of the most popular rice dishes out there. It is budget friendly and it can be served as a standalone or as a side dish next to your favorite protein. Most cooks will recommend you using yesterday's rice because it's firmer and less moist than freshly cooked rice, which can easily be ruined by overcooking. If you do not have the rice planned ahead, you are in the right place. Here is a simple trick for cooking your rice properly in just 8 minutes. I will start with a scale and a large glass bowl. For 2 servings, I will add 100 grams of jasmine rice and 200 grams of cold water. I make sure that the rice is fully submerged, then I will wrap the bowl with 2 layers of plastic wrap. Poke it a few times, then cover it with a cotton towel to prevent the wrap from falling during the cooking. I place it in the microwave and cook for 8 minutes on 1000 watts. This technique is by no means better than the traditional way of cooking rice, but it is highly effective when you are short of time. While the rice is cooking, let's pick a strategy. I have 2 options to choose from. Option A, it's a wok, which might be perfect for today's dish, and option B, it's a non-stick pan, which will be a better match for this little burner. I will go with option B because I will also use a lot less oil compared to the traditional recipe. Turn the heat on, I slice a block of tofu in half and add half a teaspoon of oil to the pan. Then I add the tofu and let it cook for 3 minutes on each side. Next, I chop the carrot into small dices. I'm doing the same for the red pepper. I use paprika because it's sweet and mild. Then I will dice some white cabbage into small cubes, and along with carrot and pepper, they will bring extra crunch to the dish. Next, shimeji mushrooms. After washing, I trim their ends and separate them. Since they are small, there is no need to cut them. Any type of mushroom can be used. Now, it's time to flip the tofu. The reason I cook tofu like that is to dehydrate it a bit, so that later when it's added to the fried rice, it will absorb some of the flavors released by the other ingredients. Next, garlic and ginger. I chop them finely so they can caramelize and release their flavors faster. But you can also chop them a bit bigger and get decent results. Green onion can be substituted with white onion or shallots. I split it in half. I will finally chop the white part and add it to the garlic and ginger bowl. The green part, I will slice it thin and use it as a garnish at the end. At this point, tofu is ready and I will let it cool down on the side. The rice is also ready. Let's check it out. Remove the foil cautiously to avoid any contact with the steam. This thing is very hot. It looks and smells fantastic. It is not as fluffy and soft as normally cooked rice, but it has the perfect texture for fried rice. I will add the plastic wrap back and let it rest for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I add 1.5 teaspoons of oil to the hot pan, followed immediately by the garlic, ginger and onion, and let them cook until they brown a little. I add the shimeji mushrooms and continue cooking for about a minute or until they also get a nice color. While flipping the pan, I make sure that it stays as close as possible to the burner. It needs to stay hot. Next, I add the carrot, red pepper and cabbage and stir fry for 30 seconds. I also add the frozen edamame and the green peas and continue cooking. Meanwhile, I cut the tofu into dices and add it to the pan. I give them a good stir and then I season them with fresh ground pepper, followed by this homemade umami powder. This is made out of kombu, shiitake mushrooms and nutritional yeast. You can easily find these ingredients online. They are dusted in the blender for a couple of minutes. Alternatively, you can use MSG or veggie stock cubes. In terms of nutrients, this is far superior. Cook for 30 seconds to enhance the flavor, then add the cooking wine. This is optional, but it brings some acidity to the dish. I let the alcohol evaporate, and then I add the rice and cook for about a minute. Finally, add the soy sauce and continue mixing for a few seconds more. Turn off the heat. Done. You can add it directly to a plate, garnish it with julienne spring onions and sesame seeds, or do it the way chefs like to do it. Either way, the flavor will be the same. Let's give it a try. It has a nice consistency, it tastes very nice, and is packed with a lot of flavor. This was definitely worth making. It costs around $2 per serving and it can be done in 12 minutes. It is healthier, faster and cheaper than any takeout or food delivery fried rice out there. As for macros, please go ahead and pause the video. And if you prefer a simplified version of this dish, this might be the alternative you are looking for. If you get any value from this video, please like and subscribe. And if you are interested in low-calorie recipes or high-protein meals, please check these videos right here. Thank you for watching. Until next time.